Greetings, manners and respect. Welcome to the channel. It's Wednesday the 14th of December. Real Talk Wednesday.
Real Talk.
Now you're in tune to Gregory Fabulous.
Talk Wednesday.
Now you're in tune to Gregory Fabulous. This show is sponsored by the Dread UK Music. This show is sponsored by the Dread UK Music. Now
The Dread UK Production YouTube channel. Real talk and real music right here.
Now you're in tune to Gregory Fabulous.
Real Talk Wednesday.
The Dread UK Production YouTube channel. Real talk and real music right here.
This is your number one radio station.
Yes, big up Josephine in the building, live and direct right now. Big up yourself. Real Talk Wednesday.
Real talk.
Jackson, come work this thing. We want to listen to Gregory Fabulous right now.
Welcome to the building, Tony. Big up yourself.
The Dread UK Production YouTube channel. Real talk and real music right here.
Real Talk Wednesday. So welcome to today's show, Wednesday Real Talk, where we address certain issues, what's going on in today's society. Okay, we're looking on the agendas of the wicked, and we're seeing certain things which is going on blatantly in front of our face. So we're going to shed light on that on today's show. Good afternoon, Bluebird. Welcome to the place. You don't know, say I saw the thing set. So yes, we're going to shed a light on some of these agendas, what is being pushed forward in our faces today. So I got some video clips, so we're going to play a few of those, and then we're going to have a discussion on it. Yeah, it's the difference between what they call good and evil. And if you notice, it's always the people who's quick to turn around and call people evil. They're hiding their evil because they do their evil with a smile on their face. Oh yes, indeed. If you notice in today's society right now, they're starting from the children, you know, filling their minds with some real different practices. I'm telling you, clouding the mind. And then, you know, it's a time when children and this and that's got access to mobile phones and all sort of things. So they're seeing things way before their time to access all of these things. I'm telling you, especially our young girls, you know. Yeah. So you don't know, say, we're going to be shining a light on some of these things here. So the first thing, I've got one video footage clippage here, and they're saying that what pure evil looks like. So it's a little bit of a documentary. How long it goes on for? About 15 minutes. So we'll be just like taking views on it. So I'd like to see your comments on it, because, you know, say right now there's an agenda being pushed. You know, if you talk and you talk about, yes, it's a satanic thing, and everything is going against the teachings. You know what I mean? There's people selling their souls out just to get famous and this and that. There's a lot of people taking up sacrifices just to get further in this life here. I know say nothing has changed on the face of the earth, you know. It just it looks different. It might be presented in a different package, but the earth is the earth and the fullness thereof. Nothing has changed on earth. So you see, when people feel say they're lifting themselves out of a position of poverty and this and that, just remember this: when you're dead, yeah, your soul belongs to certain people, yeah, and you're left with nothing. Remember that. You're born with nothing, you're left with nothing. Anyway, we're going to get into this now, as I was saying to you before, on the Real Talk, and we're going to take a look and see what's going on with the hidden agenda with this evil practices. Anyway, yeah, just put your thoughts and your decisions in the message box as we go through. Seeing you don't know, so it's all about the real talk. Remember me tell you, it's all about the real talk. All about the real talk, may I tell you. All right, let's put this up there. So let's get the volume together and let's go. Real Talk Wednesday.
Real talk.
Hear this.
Well, I remember, and I ain't scared.
We live in a culture today where sin is celebrated.
And now that it is June, we are celebrating Pride Month, which kicks off today. According to the Library of Congress, Pride is meant to recognize the sweeping impact that members of the LGBTQ plus community, advocates, and allies have all had on history in the U.S. and around the world.
And righteousness is punished.
Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, and Christopher Wray, the Director of the FBI, that resurrects this case on a minor offense and uses the full force of the federal government and the FBI to descend on this guy's home to arrest him in front of his 7 children.
But if you're not going to let me, then I'll just...
No, I want to know why you were banging on my door with a gun. You're not going to tell me anything?
No, I tried.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You did not try. This is not acceptable. Can I have your name? You're not going to give me your name. You're not going to give me any information.
We have absolutely lost our minds when it comes to human sexuality. Amen?
We live in a world today where a Canadian man was arrested for using the wrong pronoun for his biologically female child. Of course.
Yeah, that already. A man got arrested for using the wrong pronoun for his biological child, you know. His own child, him get arrested for, you know. Because the child must have been born a girl and decide she wants to be a boy now. Yeah, and just because him calling him little girl, my gosh, him get arrested for it. You see how far this thing has got people. Yeah, I'm wondering if everybody's actually noticing what's going on here. You know what I mean? I wonder if anybody's actually noticing what's going on. It's rife, you know. It's serious. Yeah, man. They start with our schools, you know. You know, when I was going to school, they didn't start sex education in primary school. Now, they're teaching you about those practices from primary school. Yeah. That's how this thing here is. They've been killing Pitney in the womb from how long? You know what I mean? May I tell you? Yo, yeah, between the good and evil, it look like the evil step up a gear. Them have all kind of people.
We didn't get to where we are overnight.
First, it was, the whole, homosexual movement, and that move from sodomy to homosexual to gay. Isn't it interesting how, the terminology just sort of fast forwarded on us?
The LGBTQ movement has been extremely smart in manipulating terminology to change the minds of people in the culture at large. And now, Christians are expected, and more forced, to submit to the cultural dominance of the LGBTQ agenda.
We went from sodomy, which is a biblical idea of unnatural sex, to homosexuality, which was more of a sort of sanitized, kind of scientific sounding. Now just gay, which was a word that we already had, right? That we understood, but now has been co-opted to mean something completely different.
And the LGBTQ movement has been enormously successful in affecting the minds of leaders within the Christian community.
Real
so much
Talk
so that
Wednesday.
the vast majority of megachurch pastors today have chosen to stay completely silent on the issue of homosexuality rather than risk offending the elites in the culture. This is why Joel Osteen only ever talks about homosexuality during interviews.
And so, our message, if you listen to my message, they're about lifting people up. And so it's not, I really talk about the homosexuality when we get on the interviews. One, I don't necessarily focus on that. I only talk about that on the interviews.
And when he is forced to talk about homosexuality, his answers are filled with qualifications.
Will a gay person be accepted into heaven as you see it?
Well, I believe they will. And I don't understand all those issues, and so, I try to stick on the issues that I do understand. And I know this, I'm for everybody. I'm not for pushing people down.
This is why T.D. Jakes compromised when he answered Mark Lamont Hill's question to him about homosexuality.
And trust me, I've talked to enough LGBT, they are not all the same.
Oh, for sure. Any more than all Christians are the same.
No.
But how do we, first of all, has your thinking evolved on this?
Evolved and evolving.
This is why Carl Lentz of Hillsong Church erroneously states that Jesus rarely talked about morality or social issues.
Very rarely did Jesus ever talk about morality or social issues.
And this is why both Chris Pratt and his pastor, Chad Veach, chose to distance themselves from issues like these, even to the point of Pratt saying he's not really a religious person.
Chris says, look, I'm not really a religious person. I think religion has been oppressive AF for a long time. I don't know how it came to be viewed as this voice of religion.
But there have also been a number of pastors who have chosen to stand firm upon what Scripture clearly teaches and fight back against what the dominant cultural forces are pressuring them to believe and teach.
One of the supreme tragedies in our day is reclassification of homosexuality as a non-sin, as a normal behavior, as an acceptable behavior, even as a noble behavior because that's the way you're made, instead of defining it the way the Bible defines it, as a perversion from which you need to be rescued.
Homosexuality is sin. The Bible makes it very clear that it is a sin. Romans chapter 1, for example, makes it very clear that homosexuality is a sin, that these are unnatural desires.
But the culture is changing at a pace nobody could have ever expected.
And we were right to be up in arms about that whole movement and in this whole same-sex marriage movement. But now that seems tame. Amen, somebody.
The battle concerning homosexuality in gay marriage actually seems relatively simple and straightforward now, compared with the radical, insane battles we are faced with today.
Did you ever think that you'd long for the good old days when all we had to fight about was the definition of marriage? Now we're fighting about the definition of a man and the definition of a woman.
The battles we are fighting today about what is a woman and what is a man have gone from an obscure fringe debate to something that is now completely mainstream and normalized. Though many scoffed at the idea that this would happen, those who sounded the warning proved themselves to be completely right.
Now, people were saying, that's ridiculous. You and I both know that would never happen. You're just being an alarmist. And a number of transgender athletes competed at the Olympics this year.
Her name is Laura. His family have really earned so much money over the...
So much so that we now have Chris Llewellyn, frontman and lead singer of the well-known Christian rock/worship band, the Rend Collective, posting things to social media such as, however you feel about the implications for sports, a wider conversation for sure. Calling a trans woman a man is hateful, unkind. Don't participate in this kind of hate speech. History won't be kind to you.
Ideas have consequences, and we're beginning to see those consequences. We're now talking about birthing persons. Why are we talking about birthing persons? Because trans women are women and trans men are women, and now you have people who will argue like tooth and nail that men can get pregnant.
The world we are living in is becoming more and more dangerous for Christians and for anyone who wants to defend children from these ideologies that are destroying countless young lives. We now have leading medical organizations calling on the Department of Justice to arrest people who have the supposedly wrong view on these issues.
Yesterday, the American Academy of Pediatrics, along with the American Medical Association and the Children's Hospital Association, collectively published a letter which was addressed to the Department of Justice and which calls for me to be prosecuted and thrown in federal prison.
That's the world that we're living in, and it has tremendous consequences. The world where, on the one hand, we want to say that there are no distinctions between men and women, and that a man today can be a woman tomorrow, and a woman today can be a man.
In contrast to what the culture is pressuring us to believe today, the truth about human sexuality comes from what God has revealed through His Word.
We need to think about sex from a biblical perspective, not just from an anti-cultural perspective. Our approach to human sexuality can't be limited to they do this, therefore we don't do it, or they do this, therefore we do that. We have to have something more significant.
There are a couple of key things we need to understand that go against what the LGBTQ movement and the culture is telling us today. First, we are not defined by our sexuality.
You need to look no further than people who say, my identity is, I am homosexual, I am transgender, I am non-binary, I am. That's who I am. Well, the text rejects that. Look at the first verse again. Now, concerning the matters about which you wrote, it's good for a man not to have sexual relationships with a woman. Celibacy is okay. Celibacy is acceptable because sex is not all you are.
Second, the culture is doing everything it can to tell us that there are absolutely no moral standards concerning sex and human sexuality.
The second idea that our world puts forth that is rejected by this text is the idea that there are no moral standards regarding sex. Our world would say when it comes to sex, if it feels good, do it.
The culture wants us to believe that we are whatever we think we are, and that whatever we think we are is inherently good and right.
How do you know that your sexual identity is right? Because it feels right. And if it feels right, then it is right. How do you know that you're actually a woman in spite of the fact that biologically every cell in your body is male? Because I've always felt like a woman.
But the Bible is clear that God created men and women to be distinct from one another, and that it is good and right for men to be men, and for women to be women.
But how incredibly insulting to the God who made us. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. And even when you get to the garden and God makes Adam, the words that are used in the Hebrew basically make it like this. With Adam, he took some dirt and made it. But Eve, he fashioned. Not the same. Amen. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Not the same.
The key we need to remember is that the elites in the culture constantly contradict themselves and have absolutely no idea what they are talking about. What they taught in the past constantly contradicts what they are teaching today.
And then it's so incredibly ironic because we've been told for decades, right? We've been told for decades that all of these things are social constructs. The roles of men and women, the toys that they play with, the things that they like. Who are we to say that, girls can't like trucks and football and, boys can't like dolls and whatever, right? We've been told that for decades. But now we're told, I've always known that I was a man trapped in a woman's body. Why? Because I like dolls and pretty things. The exact opposite of what we've been saying for decades.
The elites in the culture are simply hoping nobody will call them out on their lies and contradictions. However, we shouldn't let them get away with this.
And what they hope is that either we don't remember or that we're so intimidated that we don't call them on it. Well, I remember, and I ain't scared.
This is it.
Do you love Gantt charts? Here's how easily you can build one.
You and me both, you know what I mean? We remember and we're not scared of them things there. Them things that has to be pointed out because right now it's a disgrace. Really and truly it's a disgrace.
In 1 Corinthians chapter 7.
It's a disgrace. So you can see the clear agenda, what's going on in society, in today's society. You know what I mean? You know, say we have to be here on a Real Talk Wednesday and we have to point it out to the fullest. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to bring in a music in between the time now. See, I'm going to bring in our very own Tasha T, and she'll talk about Real Talk on a Real Talk Wednesday. How you mean? Watch out. Real Talk Wednesday.
Every so often them of them conference meeting, I don't see what they are seeking. Information is leaking, but right about now, Tasha T is speaking. Tell me a talk up, me have to talk how me feel. Tell me a talk up, my talking is real. Instead of doing it your way, why don't we try our way? Instead of increasing the government salaries, minimum wages needs to be raised. So many different types of taxes, taken in so many ways. There's not enough doctors, not enough nurses to help those in difficult days. Teachers are being underpaid. Now it's the students feeling the pain. It's not what you say, it's what you do for all the human race. Talk me a talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. I am a freedom fighter. Real talk. Me up it talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. Just like the Lion of Judah. Them operate like a victim in the system. Treat you like a terrorist whenever we traveling. Tell them the truth them despise. And them force us to tell them lies. Them give us medication for calm with depression. Only leave us with pure desperation. Issue medication more and more. Feeding the rich and robbing the poor. Talk me a talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. I am a freedom fighter. Real talk. Me up it talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. Just like the Lion of Judah. Cause them a kill off with young generation. Them technology has spread radiation. So many street drugs in circulation. Making a lab just for kill off with nation. Too much chemicals in the food. Mix up attitude, mix up moods. Them pesticide using it worldwide. As the clock tick, you hear about another suicide. Me have to talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. I am a freedom fighter. Real talk. Me have to talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. Just like the Lion of Judah. Every so often them of them conference meeting, I don't see what they are seeking. Information is leaking, but right about now, Tasha T is speaking. I don't see what they're teaching. All I know they are destroying. Tell me what example you are setting for the next generation. I see coming. Me have to talk how me feel. Real talk, talk me a talk up. My talking is real. Talk me a talk, real talk me a talk it straight from me heart. Cause I am a freedom fighter. Just like the Lion of Judah, yeah.
Real talk indeed. This is a Real Talk Wednesday. Yeah, I'll drop to the one like Radiant in the place. Big up yourself. All right. So you don't know, say, it's all hypocrisy. It's all bad mind. It's all wicked. You know, say, the latest hoo-ha what's going on is the Harry and Meghan saga. They've had their new Netflix out there. Yo, me them already looked on the episodes and see it. And you can see the local press like your Piers Morgan and certain other people there running it down, saying it's an attack on the royal family and this and that. And then I see somebody else say, it goes far as saying it's an attack on the British people. And one bag of thing. I say, weird. And when I watched it, I never saw that, you know. The most they did criticize was the press and the people them in the family. So you don't know, say I saw the thing set. The press, as we all know, they can fabricate anything to what they want the people them to think. Yeah? And who better to hear what goes on inside there unless you live it and been inside there. So all them people who's criticizing them and saying they're attention seeking and this and that and wah. Boy, you don't need to stop and think for a little bit. You know what I mean? There is racism in the royal family. It's a fact. You know what I mean? Why are you going to sit down there and say that you're attacking them? If they was the head of the colonial thing, then what you talk about, man? They was the head of all them thing there. You know what I mean? Come on, man. All of them people who's trying to try and show, say, it's not racist. Come on, man. It's blatant in front of us. You know what I mean? Look how much years of suffering my people take. And you're going to talk about the country no racist. It's systemic. It's inside there. Anyway, I got a hold of some footage, yeah? This footage was banned, yeah? And this was the royal family talking to now the present King Charles, yeah? And this was the Queen Elizabeth them time there. This footage was from 1969, yeah? And listen how they're talking about people and tell me say them no racist. This is from 1969, you know, this footage here. I'm going to give you a look. See, let me just set my screen up round here, sir. And turn it round there, sir. And expose up the screen. Yeah. And that me I said. So I'm going to just show you one and then you can judge for yourself. There's only bits of it. There's been edited out and there's been excuses saying, oh no, they was actually talking about an actual this and that and an actual whatever and whatever. Yo, may I tell you, they've done some blatant things and they don't answer for it. And then you got the people them out here, the same press who Meghan and all of them is talking about, them same media cats and all of that. They're going to sit down there and defend it. Yeah, that's just typical. Believe you me. Yeah, all right. In the meantime, take a look at this, folks. See, just leave your comments in the comment section after you do it. See, it's a little bit, and then you can hear the brethren's point of view. See, oh yes, indeed. Take a look. This was banned.
And I had the most
Let's go again.
The doors opened. There was a gorilla. And I had the most terrible trouble in keeping.
See how everybody is.
Let's go to the beginning.
Pressed the bell and the doors opened. There was a gorilla. And I had the most terrible trouble in keeping.
See how everybody is so pleased with themselves. Welcome to Africa Reacts. I'm Mike Mushi, and in this video we will be looking at this controversial banned video from the royal family where Queen Elizabeth is seen, heard, calling somebody a gorilla. We'll get into that. Before we start, thank you for supporting Tunacheki. Please continue supporting us by sharing this video with friends and family, subscribing, and hitting the like button. It's the best way to tell YouTube this is a great video. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at the video, give our reaction to it. Okay.
Real Talk Wednesday.
It is extremely difficult sometimes to keep a straight face when the Home Secretary said to me, there's a gorilla coming in.
Okay, over here you see she's trying to be all polite, but she's telling this story to her son, the now king, right? That's Queen Elizabeth. She's telling this allegedly racist story to her son, who's now the king, the one who's making decisions, representative of the British family, okay?
So I said, what an extraordinary remark to make, very unkind about anybody. And so, I stood in the middle of the room and pressed the bell and the doors opened. There was a gorilla. And I had the most
See how everybody is so pleased with themselves.
terrible trouble in keeping, he had short body, long arms. And I had the most appalling trouble.
Okay, so let's get to it. The reason this video is so controversial is that first, it was banned by the royal family and the BBC because apparently of this clip. And when it was mysteriously released online, they came up with an excuse that first, she was actually really talking about real gorilla. Second, it was actually meant to disparage the then Secretary of State of the United States. But this video has been so controversial and has had so much cover-up, and with the history of the racist royal family, the racist things they've done, the colonization, the genocide, the dehumanization of Africans, and the racist behaviors till now, right? Like us, we suspect that this video is controversial and was banned because she was actually talking about an African person, right? And like, this is our own personal opinion. We have no way of knowing because the royal family is powerful, and this video itself, it's been out for 1 year, but it's been shrouded in mystery, right? Nobody knows who released it from the BBC vaults, right? Apparently, it just mysteriously was released. Nobody knows like the actual context because the video has been cut, right? So you can see her talking to her son, the current king now, right? Queen Elizabeth II died this year. You can see her talking to the current king, laughing at apparently somebody looking like a gorilla. There'll be so many excuses online that, oh, she's talking about a gorilla, an actual gorilla. There'll be so many excuses. Oh no, this was
like a real gorilla would be walking in the palace. You know what I mean?
But does it really make sense based on the racial history of the royal family, right? And for everybody like who support the royal family and who are here for the excuses on this video, I will let this young man sum up our opinion on that.
Don't take it personally, you know what I'm saying? This is just my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And if I offended you, I am going to remind you in advance that I'm very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not keeping up.
With that said, please watch this video. We'll leave the link in the descriptions below and give your honest opinion on how it sounded, the insinuation, and if you think the excuses that the BBC and the royal family are giving on the video. The first excuse was she was actually talking about a gorilla. The second excuse that it was targeted at the Secretary of State of the United States, who's white. Apparently, he's not short. Apparently, he doesn't have long arms. Apparently, he's like it just doesn't make sense. The explanation makes sense that they were actually talking about an African, and it was cut from the documentary. It was burnt because the people knew that, and they were trying to cover up. Right? There's so many cover-ups in the British royal family. They're trying to cover up their racist history, their racist nature, right? So please, this is our honest reaction and our opinions, right? Let us know what you think in the descriptions below. This has been Mikey Mushi from Tunacheki. If you love what we do, if you love our videos, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'd really appreciate you guys. And yeah, with that saying, always remember, Africa is watching.
Yes, indeed. Well, there you have it. There you have it, right there. You know what I mean? That's only one of the many cover-ups. You know what I mean? So maybe there is some talk in what Megan go through, you know what I mean? But them not gonna do it because, you see, this is what make them so afraid about this Netflix documentary. Yo, me are looking for the next part. I've been watching it, and yo, certain things is ringing true, you know what I mean? Anyway, you know I said a bunch of them are hypocrites. I'm gonna bring in the hep to ones, I'm gonna play our music and then find something more. See, take a listen. This is a Real Talk Wednesday where we are light up the wicked, burn them up. Real Talk Wednesday.
You've carried my name, but oh, you just do it in vain.
Yes, we're putting light on the hypocrisy.
I've done so before, and yet I see them walk through that same door. Hypocrite, where will you run to now? Hypocrite, you will get hurt somehow. Hypocrite, I know that time will tell on you. Hear what I say. I thought you were smart, but man, you've got a wicked, wicked eye. And oh, you're just being used. When you're through, you will be refused. So hypocrite, where will you run to now? Hypocrite, you will get hurt somehow. Hypocrite, I know that time will tell on you. Time will tell on you. I just can't understand why you got to be a wicked man. Don't you doggone shame. I thought you were smart, but man, you've got a wicked, wicked eye. And oh, you're just being used. When they're through, you will be refused. So hypocrite, where will you run to now? Hypocrite, you will get hurt somehow. Hypocrite, I know that time will tell on you. Time will tell on you. You're nothing but a hypocrite.
Hypocrite, that's what they are. Hypocrite. Ooh.
Meet your judgment,
Hypocrites. Yes, indeed. We're exposing them for their hypocrisy. Straight up, you don't know, say, yo. And you don't know, say, it stretches far and wide, you know. It's not just in life, it's in all walks of life in the industry. You know, say, the alphabet people's agenda is moving forward. Yeah. I'm telling you, in all walks of life, in everything, you've got to hear about these people. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know? All right, just the World Cup the other day, England lost the World Cup the other day, yeah? Just before all of that, before they went there and enjoyed the luxury of Qatar and them thing there, they was all banging on about human rights and the people them don't want gay people over there and this and that. And then you had the BBC press over there trying to find people who's been discomforted down there, couldn't find none. What a judgment, may I tell you. And then it's gone into the entertainment, the music industry especially. Look how much of the youths them now who's getting into music, acting, modeling, and all of these things there. They're having to sell their soul, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. There's some fat cats making some money off of you, and what are you lot doing to get this little part of it? Yo, we have to reevaluate ourselves. You're moving further and further away from the teachings of the Most High. Remember me tell you, no make the satanic business get all of you. They've got all the things in place, social media, this, that, just for cloud your mind. So it's time now we have to be especially open-minded with what's going on in the world right now. And take a look, yeah? Just like how you have big influential faces out there. All right, look at this actor here now, Terrence Howard, who used to be in the Empire, yeah? And he's quit acting. You know that? After Hollywood's plot to make black men effeminate. You know what I mean? All of these things there. You noticed most of those black actors there, yeah? Men actors had to put on a skirt in some time in them career. Don't you ever think that looks a bit funny? You know what I mean? Every man has to put on a skirt. Why? Why you not just get a girl to play the part? Why do you have to have a man to put on the skirt? And especially it's black men predominantly. Why? Yeah? To demasculate man. And them thing that them a deal with. Yo, take a look on what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm just going to make you hear this clip here. Why Terrence Howard, this guy, turned around and explained why him not in a them business there with them and them thing. So in the meantime, here's a next brethren here who's got his video and he pulled it up, you know what I mean? Willie D and the man there point out the thing. So take a look on this Massive and crew and tell me what you think. Mad.
And this was before their son Archie was even born.
Terrence Howard.
So even if you factor the couple's uncomfortable.
Hold on. Two things I got running one time. What I've got to do is stop this.
Had to fully take a step back from the
Or
craft.
Speculating or critiquing an unborn child's skin color.
Oh gosh, man, how much things I play at one time.
Oh
dear. All right, hold on.
Why and what then explains the conduct of his godmother? Prince William's office has reacted to this.
It's great, guys. Well, I think we'll call it there unless anyone else
Lord.
has questions.
Racism has no place in society. Well, we are guessing the royal family is an
Oh, yes. That was a different thing. There is no place in society for racism. But me just want to show you this piece here first with the actor, yeah? So you don't know. We'll get back onto that in a jiffy. See? Okay, let's do this again. And
yeah, I've got one. Are those nicotine?
Let's get that advert off and get that round. Okay.
I love how he broke this down. He said,
all right, let's go to the beginning of this, and then we'll hear it now.
Veteran actor Terrence Howard appears to be leaving his acting career behind and calling it quits. During an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Terrence said that he is prepared to fully take a step back from the craft. He said this is the end. He revealed that during a red carpet for The Best Man, the final chapters in Los Angeles. Terrence said that he retired 2 years ago for the most part and was done. He said he asked Sidney Poitier 10 years ago, did he want to do any more work? And Sidney said, why would I want to spend the last 10 years of my life doing an impersonation of myself? Terrence said, that's where he is right now. Terrence says he's gotten to the point where now he's given the very best that he has as an actor. He said that he's enjoying watching other new talent come around and don't want to do an impersonation of himself. At one point, he even credited fellow entertainers in the industry, saying that there are actors out there who can do things he was never able to do. So he wants to applaud them, and he is excited about watching what they do. But here's the kicker, fam. The thing that could cost him some career equity down the line. Terrence expressed the stories he'd like to see portrayed by black men in Hollywood in the near future. His words, I would like to know the ability of men to be men and people to be people. The man has been demonized. The strength and character and faults that come with a man are necessary for balance. With the new formula, most men are made to be effeminate and not have their power or sense of strength. They allow white men to be able to be strong, but when it's black men, it's seen as a threat. I don't want to remove a few chromosomes to fit in someone's story. So I feel they need to expand their stories to allow men to be men and simultaneously appreciate a woman's beauty.
I agree.
Damn Skippy. Hold it down. TH gonna hold it down. Hold it down, Terrence. Don't get off the square. They're gonna test you. They are going to bring those words back up and throw it in your face and make sure you stick to your guns. You see, because this is what they do, fam. The moment you disagree with them or you challenge them with that narrative that they're trying to run with, they're going to come for you. But here's the thing. What if everybody they came for, I'm talking about the people that was righteous, the people that stood for something, that had an opinion about something and said, I don't give a damn how y'all feel about it. I'm going to stick with my opinion. I'm going to stick with what I said. What if, I'm particularly talking about the righteous ones, what if everybody just stood their ground? They'd have to go somewhere else with that mess, fam. Terrence said, and he perfectly articulated that, man. I love it. I love how he broke this down. He said, the man has been demonized. The strength and character and faults that come with a man are necessary for balance. They come with a man. A man.
Real Talk
man.
Wednesday.
It's necessary for balance. If you want a woman to play the role, get a woman to play the role. You want a dude acting like a woman, why don't you just get a woman? Dude said, with the new formula, most men are made to be effeminate and not have their power or sense of strength. They allow white men to be able to be strong, but when it's black men, it's seen as a threat. Exhibit A, Charles Barkley. Bigger they are, the more effeminate they got to be, the less spine they have to come with. Exhibit B, Scary Cruz. Scary Cruz, y'all know him as Terry, but Scary Cruz, man, it's like the bigger you are, more of a boy you got to be.
Real Talk Wednesday.
And I'm talking about mainly to them, because when it comes to black folks, they got all the smoke. Exhibit C, Stephen A. Smith. They got all the smoke when it comes to black folks. And when they say something that's inappropriate, that's offensive to black people, oh man, they're going to hold their nuts. They're not going to apologize. Exhibit D, Steve Harvey. Man, I can go on and on and on.
The famous comedian Steve Harvey.
But the bigger they are,
sell out, man.
The more of a soft, that's the game, fam. And they've always made that part of the game. Like, and these dudes, I think these big dudes, they go out of their way. A lot of these big dudes, black men, they go out of their way to try to prove to these people that they're not a threat. Just a big old tent back. I'm not a threat. I'm friendly. Look at me. Look, check my panties. Look at the panties I got on. They don't wear drawers, undergarments. They wear panties. Thongs and things of that nature. See-through stuff. Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
You see? That's what they've done to a lot of the black actors. Let me go up here now as we're approaching the end of the hour. You see, it's a whole heap of judgment that going to take place, you know, because people are seeing it now. We're not covered with all this now, you know what I mean? You know, there's a lot more people not really worrying about the fame and fortune, you know? What is it? You have to keep quiet to get famous or to get more likes on your Instagram or on your Facebook and them thing there. You just keep quiet, yeah? And when you're standing for things, you stand up. Because even it's controversial, even down into the reggae industry right now, yeah, into the dancehall industry, yeah, it's infiltrated all about, yeah? And you have some famous people who did a bonfire and put this and do that until when a price is arranged. And then, oh yeah, we can make that go on true still, and you know, you can do collabs with them. No, where does it stop? Make us stand for something or be nothing. You know what I mean? If you're of the world, then you're of the devil. And them thing that we are talking about. You know, see, it is just hypocrisy. And we don't like it. We are burn it. We are shine a light upon it on Real Talk Wednesday. Oh, you mean? The great Jimmy Cliff, talk to them hypocrite there, star.
Real Talk Wednesday. Real Talk.
What we say?
Hypocrite, you dirty hypocrite. You're gonna pay the price someday. Hypocrite, all of you hypocrites. You're gonna pay the price someday. Words you speak from your mouth.
Judge.
But your heart is telling lies.
Right.
Hypocrite, you better watch out.
That's right, an hour a day with the Dread UK. We'll set you on the right path around here.
We talk together. Yes, we do. We ate. We drank together. But when I find you're a snake in the grass, my heart grieves to be taken for an ass. Ooh, but hypocrite, all of you hypocrites.
Yes,
Pay the price someday.
we're keeping it real around here on the Dread UK.
Hypocrite, stinking hypocrite.
Oh, you mean?
Gonna pay the price someday.
We not ease them up, man. We'll spit roast them.
Speak from your mouth.
Word, sound, and power.
But your heart is still alive.
As we approach the destination at the top of the hour, I'll drop the one like Steve Rowe in the place.
I was joking with you.
Don't forget tomorrow's show on Thursday, Production Thursday. We're going to feature some of the artists out there who doesn't always get the airplay. Predominantly UK with some slight international. Promote the thing day tomorrow, Thursday. Promote the thing. Come in nice and early and catch the full energy scene. And if you like the vibes, what's going on, and you haven't already, hit that subscription button, hit the like button. Share it around to the friends and friends, make them know what we're up to around here. Oh, yes, indeed. And we're not done with the hypocrites them yet, you know. Oh, you mean we're going to bring in the one like Barrington Levi for voicing my opinion upon them hypocrites. Real Talk Wednesday. Don't forget to tune in bright and early tomorrow. Tomorrow we have it as a production. Promote the thing. How you mean? We're gonna feature some of the artists that don't always get an airplay. Yeah, we're gonna feature them tomorrow. Make you hear what's around the capital with some slight international flavors. But predominantly from the UK tomorrow. Make it a day, then don't be late. That's all the things set. An hour a day with the Dread UK. Barrington Levy.
Everyone are talking this and talking that.
You see me, I tell you.
Watching how I cook my patata. They always say I'm doing the right thing, and behind me they try to so me. I want to show them that I'm a Rastaman. To make the people know my culture. So you see, I've got to stand up and my feet. I've got to carry on my
them to know these things. Turn it up, Gregory.
Every man got a talent. I got my talent. I've got to show them what it is all about. I've got to say, Rastafari. All I can see, so many hypocrites. See them.
What?
Man and man just fighting against their brethren. And if I don't make sure that I'm around the right side,
so don't forget to tune in. I'd like to say special thanks to Steve Rowe, Bluebird, The Radiant, Josephine, large up the one like Ella, large up the one like Sandy in the building also. Big up yourself, each and every one that passed through. Large up the one like Tony also. Big up yourself. Oh yes indeed. The wall of the Massive and crew.
while I smoke my spliff, so you see you got a little time to sniff. All I have got is good sensey love.
Don't forget tomorrow's Promote the Thing, where we feature some of those artists from the UK.
I know who else was and me. So many watchy and peeping and me. All I have seen, so many hypocrites.
Oh, you mean?
Everyone should show the way.
And you're welcome to leave your comments on the issues on what we've been showing today. Yes, it's definitely going on in front of our face.
You shouldn't do the things to me.
So feel free to leave your comments in the comment section.
I know I meant to.
An hour a day with the Dread UK. Yes, indeed. Salute to each and every one, and thank you for your patience and your ears. Yes, we'll be right back here tomorrow, 1 till 2. You know how we roll through. Yeah, Promote the Thing Day on a Thursday. Yeah, the week has moved fast, eh? I tell you, it's moving on a fasting. So, blessed love family, thank you for your listening ears. Yeah, man, it's truly a pleasure. as always, yours truly, GregoryFabulous in the chair around here. I don't know, say, keep your eyes open, keep your ears peeled, cause these things there is going on for real. You don't know, say, in today's society, watch the agenda what's being pushed onto us. You know, see it, that is what we are talking about, you know what I mean? We can't be sitting down there taking these agendas. All right, in the meantime, scene, do remember we'll be back here tomorrow, scene. Blessed love, family, until such time. Oh,
Okay, taddy ho, farewell. Do tune in again from your host, GregoryFabulous, from the Dread UK.
GregoryFabulous, come on, get out of here!